Check, check. Welcome in, guys. Thanks for joining on time. Appreciate that. I'll start getting requests. Scribble them down real quick. How was everybody? Good weekend for everybody? Hopefully. Sam, are you in these trades or just want some perspective on a chart? Nick, I am so ready for football, man.
Yeah. Perspective on a chart. Not, I mean, I looking at some potential entries, but just want some,
Cool. Yeah, for sure. I'll start the Apple swing back with Tesla unless someone else requests it. Just want to make sure we get one in from everybody, but I got it wrote down at least.
Are you playing fantasy football?
I had before. I'm not signed up yet. I've seen the thing MMA posted this weekend, but I don't know. I've been busy. I got not a lot of traveling, but I got a trip in September, a trip in October. It's just I feel like I'm not going to be around for a lot of the action and moving some names if I need to be. So I might skip out this year.
Man, I'm telling you, he's that second one he did, it's like 20 people. Ooh, that's a lot of people, man. That's gonna be a skinny league.
Yeah.
So yeah. Who's your favorite team though, man?
College. I mean, I'm a Nebraska boy, so obviously the
Oh
Huskers.
no.
And then pro. I like the Bills, and I'm in California, so I'm partial to San Diego still. The Chargers.
Man, I'm a lifelong Iowa Hawkeyes fan, so I hate to hear that you're a Huskers guy.
All right, Nick's going on mute in three, two, one. We'll have a friendly bet. Last game of the season, brother. Last game of the
Yeah,
season.
I'm looking forward to it, man.
I'm sorry about it to both of you then, because I'm a Michigan man.
Oh my God,
Oh
who's that?
no.
Who
Get
said
him
that?
out of here.
Instant ban. Man, we got Big Ten. All right, this will be fun, guys. Well, yeah, it'll be a fun fun little friendly competition, trash talking.
Absolutely.
Uh, Avenger, NVIDIA, cool, man. Get it wrote down. Try and get to Microsoft if we can. All right, what time is it? All right, one more premium ping and we'll dive in, guys. Smaller class, but people always trickle in late. All right, guys. Oh, man. I'm gonna mute you for now, Sam. I don't know. That's not your fault. That was just a weird feedback loop. But feel free to unmute when we get to your ticker. Not sure what happened there. Welcome in, guys. My name is StartedWith, one of the staff members here. Glad to have you guys here. Another Sunday scan. It seems like they just fly by week after week. Here we are again. One last look here. Put some requests in if you guys want me to look over something. Try and just do one name for now. Make sure everyone gets a request in, and then we can circle back over. First of all, guys, just a big picture look. I'm on the 4 hour on SPY, like we do every week, SPY and QQQ, just to kind of show you guys, you know, where we're at, where I think we're going, where we could be going. As of now, it's looking like we got a tiny little gap up. So first and foremost, again, 4 hour chart here. I got this kind of green zone here. Back from July 31st here, that peak, I think, on earnings, and then the sell down. So not sure how much volume stacked up there. We'd have to look. But basically, it's forming, at least for 2 days, it's forming a little bit of a support here. So a breakout, you know, retest on that candle, that 4 hour candle closing over. And then last Thursday, you know, pre-market coming into it. And then the top of that little zone there that we can call a demand zone on SPY in the 4 hour bounced instantly. So we found buyers right away. And then on Friday again, as we sold down, obviously ugly start to that 4 hour candle to start the day. We sold down into this zone again, kind of the 642, 6-ish zone. And again, buybacks again. And to me, that totally makes sense. I'm gonna zoom in here just a little bit. Let's do the 30-minute chart. Actually, let me back up really quick. I drew a trend line to show you. I didn't even talk about it. So that's kind of the thing I'm watching here. As of now, we'll call this trend line defended. We're grabbing this wick here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then Friday's price action 6 touches. So the more touches, the better it is. So as of now, when we go to QQQ, I think that trend line is broken. But as of now, on the SPY chart, I would still call it intact until we really get some closes, kind of that 644. That I would call this trend line temporarily invalidated. But now a zoomed in look here, guys, and kind of what I'm looking for this week, how I'm kind of positioning myself. So first and foremost, any pushes pre-market, get my drawings going here. Any pushes to this pre-market zone here, the 645 zone, we see when we get failed breakouts over, whether it's after hour session, early in the day, whatever it is, every time we fail this 645 zone, meaning failure, what I call that, guys, is we get, you know, this breakout candle here, no continuation up either on the day or the next candle. And we just see, you know, it getting smacked back down through that. Friday, hard sell instantly. First, you know, 30-minute of the day candle, 30-minute candle. What do we do? Breakdown, retest. That's my bread and butter for trading. You guys know that. Tested it perfectly. I wasn't around much Friday for that trade. Obviously, in hindsight, it would have worked out beautifully. You know, play your bounce down here on your calls and then short your top to end of the day on a beautiful retracement back down. And so that's my focus this week, guys, is first and foremost 645. When we get into this zone here, what does our price action look like? You know, are we seeing topside wicks like this? Or are we breaking out over? And now we're seeing bottom side wicks over 645 for what would tell me a potential push up back to, you know, maybe all-time highs the 647 zone. Maybe we only push up 50 cents. I don't know. But that's the focus this week, to the upside, the media upside, because that appears where we're going to be opening tomorrow. As of now, who knows? We could push through overnight and bounce this, and you know it's on. But that's the focus on the top side. Any failure of this zone here, and you already probably know what I'm going with on this, potential gap fill, or I should draw like this. Potential gap fill is my first plan of action, but not overly bearish on the day, because within this zone here, you know, this $1 range, $1.25 range, another 25 cents down, we see bounces can and do happen at any time. So I'm not just going to blindly, you know, I can enter puts here, but I'm just not going to blindly look for the gap fill immediately. I'm going to stay attentive to the price action. If we get that gap fill, obviously if you haven't trimmed already, depending on your expiration, trim for sure, because when we fill that gap, this should act as support. Don't believe me, like I always say, we've seen that price action when we get around here. If that breaks, then we can go look for these levels down here. I know it's a little quick, but does that kind of make sense on SPY, what I'm looking for? Chart wise, again, if you guys are new to charting, you can cheat a little bit, take a screenshot, grab my levels. Maxwell SPY hits 642, 67 down here, gets below that. Yeah, breakthrough, yeah, for sure. Good comment on that. So yeah, as of now, guys, I'm treating this as a range. So last week, I know we started down here, but the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, this is my zone first and foremost that I'm playing off of. Is kind of this little box here, really crude, really quick and ugly. But I'm treating 645 as my top until we break it, because we can see how much trouble it has when the market is open, breaking over that. And this is my bottom for sure down here. Maxwell, this 642.6 down to this 642, and then that 641.57. And we zoom out there, again, to zoom out, like I showed you at the beginning of class. If that green zone breaks, we know, we have a little bit of price action here, and then this big pump here. So this, I would guess, there's not a lot of volume in here. So if we break that 641.57, a sell through this is probably going to be quick, and it's probably going to be something that, for me, when there's volume gaps, price moves quick. You don't want to. You kind of want to let, if we're selling, you kind of want to let sellers take their turn, so to speak, unless you're a true scalper and you're really good on your levels. But for me, I'm more of a larger time frame trader. If I see this break, my guess is when I have one day and a little bit of information here and hardly anything here, that move's probably gonna be quick down to 639. I don't know if it comes in a day, in an hour, or a week, but that's kind of my game plan. Good, nice comment and observation on that for sure.
Well, can you kind of provide some more color why the lack of volume would lead to a quicker gap down?
Yeah, let me what is it called? Volume profile. Should have it saved on here. I don't have it saved. What is it on? Let's see. Volume profile. Anybody smart? Cumulative volume? I can't remember what it is on here. Is it on my daily? But basically, there's not a lot of orders sitting there. So if they take out a level of support, which there's some support, I know there's support here because it's bounced multiple days. Basically, they cleared through this, and so it smoked through any sell orders, and so it's kind of just a blank territory. There's no new orders sitting there, and it's just a quick thing. When you see consolidation lead to breakout, when you get a breakout over, that's usually why the moves happen, because there's not a lot of volume just sitting there, parked there, as I guess you could say. Let me see full screen data. I thought I had a volume profile loaded, because it's kind of wonky when you do load it the first time. I'll move on if I can't find it, but sorry guys, I'm just way better at Webull and all their indicators.
Hey, 1K.
What's up?
So while you're doing that, sidebar question on trend lines.
Yeah.
You said that SPY has like that, 6-point touch. I'm just like trying to figure out because I've heard multiple things about different trend lines and stuff, and obviously the more touches there are, the likelihood of it breaking through. What are your thoughts on that versus a 6 versus 3 touches versus 4? You know what I mean?
Yep.
I mean,
so,
obviously there are levels and confluence, but overall, if you were to dumb it down, be like trend lines,
I got the best quote for you, and I still shit from River all the time. Trend lines, you guys, are literally, if we were to, you can't see me holding my hand in front of the screen. If we were to grab this right here and just turn it horizontal, it's literally just a support line. When we're over it, it's new traders might be hard to wrap your mind around it, but if this line was literally just sideways, like one of these dash lines, all it is just a support bounce, a support bounce, a support bounce. When we're over it, probably know where I'm going with this. Let me see here. It is a form of resistance, and so it's gonna be really quick and crude, but it is a form of resistance. So this would be a resistance line overhead, like similar all-time highs. So when we get over to that, resistance, resistance, smackdown, smackdown, you know, over and over and over. And so it's literally just a diagonal support or resistance line, resistance, resistance, you know what I mean?
I
And
just
so,
talked to her. ¿Qué haces, mami?
all right, always be winning. Meet you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that. No, like I understand that it's like support resistance, but like in terms of like touches,
Yeah,
do you like is like 6 point touch support trend line versus like some people draw trend lines with like 3 touch, you know, like for example River, like he's like, oh, I like to take the 3 push wedge, which is like a 3 touch and all that stuff, and then it breaks through or something, you know what I mean? So it's just like I'm just trying to figure out like uh I
I see what
guess
you're saying. Yeah,
probability wise, like when is it not, I mean obviously it breaks, then it's no longer a trend, but like you know you can everyone draws their own trend line, I understand that, and has their own definition, but like you specifically, like do you have something where it's like, oh, it's 6 touches, oh, it could break on the 7th or 8th, or is it more like just, you know, do you just
yeah, I see what
see
you're
it
at.
for
Yeah, so for me, brother, when I see, obviously it's in hindsight, but if I were to, we see, let's just pretend we're trading this low back here. We set a higher low. When I see a higher low set, I will instantly, on 2 touches, 1 touch, 2 touch, I'll draw this. And as the day and weeks go, I check my charts, I extend it, boom, 3 touches. Oh, shoot, we got 4 touches, 5. I keep extending it and I leave it on until it breaks just because I don't want my charts really messy. So let's just say again, this week, we kind of trickle in here, we kind of technically break out of it and we sell down. To me, that is a trend break. So the trend short term is up. We go sideways out of it. We're coming down. That's a trend break. That's a structure breakdown, I like to say, or word it as well. And so hopefully answers your question. I just, once I get 2 touches, I draw it. That can be on a 5-minute chart. That can be on a 1 hour. You know, we're on the 4 hour here. But when I find 2 touches, I draw it and I keep extending it until it's invalid. Like this top side one here, I should have had it drawn here. I just did it just now. But this one is still valid until we break out over. And then what do we know? Even the same thing, River's really good about trading off trend lines. He will often take he'll leave this on a larger time frame chart, but he'll mark it or a mental level. And if we get this breakout and retest, he'll take a trade off that as well. And so basically I just leave them on until they're invalidated, because you know, you can go to the end of time and you come back on a daily chart and you got all these blue lines everywhere. It just kind of gets ugly. So that's just kind of just my OCD kicking in. But yeah, anytime I get 2 touches on it, man, I draw it, and it can be on any time frame. If we're scalpers, yeah, his little 3 push wedge. If we start seeing 1 touch, 2 touches, you know, if this was Rivers' chart, I'm sure he's got something like that drawn to see. We didn't come down into this, but if we were to, you know, he's probably going to extend that and say, okay, we're kind of doing a 3 touch or push wedge into that. He's looking to play that bounce. So does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does. Thank you so much.
Yep. QQQ guys, 4 hour chart. Yeah. So same thing on the topic of trend lines. 1, 2, 3. Didn't really get it there. 4, and these candle body closes here. Technically, as of now, we're breaking out of it. I'll leave it on for tomorrow to kind of see what we do here, but just something to watch. And the top side here, so just so there's not confusion and it's not super cluttered. So on the 4 hour chart, one thing to watch here on Qs that SPY did not have is 1, we'll call it 2, cheating a little bit, 3 touches here on this 4 hour trend line. So this is something to watch overhead. It may come into play tomorrow. It could be possibly Thursday. If we push into this and kind of start to stall out, maybe need to go a smaller time frame. If we kind of stall out over this 579, and we're kind of looking like we're kind of, you know, end of the day afternoon, that's where I'm kind of getting cautious, because we have a trend line overhead. We got this 4 hour candle, which would probably line up right there as resistance as well, where that candle opened at. Be cautious on staying long there, because again, you know, I'm very guilty of it. I will often not have a trend line on. I'm like, okay, why did we reject there? I zoom out, I'm like, oh shit, trend line overhead. And so be mindful of that. But I definitely wanted to point that for QQQ, but kind of the same game plan for me, with caution. If we break over, back to my drawings here, this 579 to 579.18 pocket, let me go to a smaller time frame real quick. Probably easier to visualize what we're looking at here. So that's kind of my focus here. So when we pop this 579, we're over this 579.18. You see our price reaction over. So we're over this zone here. We're focused on this. When this zone is defended, what do we see? We see big buybacks. This zone is defended, big buybacks for sure. So that's my focus this week. Do we break over? Are we seeing bottom side wicks like this? Get along with caution for a day trade. But again, we start seeing, I don't really have top side wicks as an example, but you guys know my trading style. If we start rejecting this level, 30-minute candles, 15-minute candles, hourly candles, again, like maybe opening range is set for the day. This is my top for tomorrow, just as a day trade perspective. It doesn't mean I'm super bearish, looking for 570. It just means on the day we're failing to break out here. That's kind of my focus for retracement down again in the gap fill, and then possibly down in this zone here. But that's my focus this week. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. All right, let me make sure I'm not skipping anything. All right, see a couple more requests trickling in. Let me get them down real quick. All right, IWM, yeah, Alex, we're gonna look at that one for sure. I'm glad someone requested that one. So I've been watching. I want to see if it took part in a nice push last week. Crash React Core Wave, I think is the name on that one. Cool. All right, guys, on your requests. I know my intros are always long-winded on markets, but I appreciate it. First up, Apple. I think, Sam, you said you're not in, just kind of looking for perspective here, or looking for possible entry. Sam, are you a day trader, swing trader? What are you looking for on Apple? That kind of helps me on contracts and time and stuff like that.
Definitely day trade.
Day trade, cool. All right, let's just haven't traded this in a while, just for ease of charting. Just going to color this red because I just kind of want to see where we stopped last week. As I always say, we're going to zoom out, look left. I just want to see where we stalled, and does it make sense? Yeah, cool, nice. So immediately, guys, first and foremost, Apple had that huge breakout like 2 weeks ago into last week, and so we kind of just, one of those things where you could short if you got lucky, but you made more money on the upside for sure, or at least definitely on swings. And so we pushed up Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I know it's zoomed out quite a bit. Give me 1 second here. But we pushed up Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, excuse me. I'm on the 4-hour chart, and we can see one thing in common is the 4-hour candles failed to hold and break over this basically 233 flat. And so now, like I always like to do, especially for, this is a new name for me, but if it's something I've never charted before, I literally just scroll like this, you guys, and I say, okay, where's my line at? Where are we stalling at? So what we did here is, sorry, I should say this. So we broke this level here, and I'm going back and forth. We broke this big level support here on, what did we break this? March 10th. Big level support here, probably a huge volume down there. And now we pushed up to it, and we just, basically 3 days in a row last week, we failed at this level. And again, 4-hour chart here, you can see price action back from February mirrors that as well. When we fail to break over 233, we get a sell down for sure. So first and foremost for me, Sam, what I'm eyeing here, I'll get you on a smaller time frame. One could argue I should probably slap a mid-range low on here. I'm going to do that as well. Yeah, I like this right here. What is that? 231.65. Kind of quick charting here, but what I would do, Sam, you're a day trader, which is great. If you're a swing trader, you could probably get some info on this too. But basically, we've seen this reaction here. You guys know how I like to trade the swing highs and lows that I just kind of call them the pivot points. When we slam down into this 231.6, can't talk, sorry. We break over, retest, big buys stepping in. Big buys are stepping in. We see the wicks on the bottom side. Sell into it. Really no continuation down. I see bottom side wicks in the bottom, big buy back up. Continuation back up to the zone here, Heavy resistance here on the way up, you guys. 233 to 233.12. Nice little pocket, or one could argue 233 to 233.50. I think would be maybe even a better top range here. So what I would do something like this, Sam, just as a reminder, if you're in the trade, like if we get this breakout retest right here, brother, breakout retest, I don't know if it comes first 5 minutes of the day, but that's the first thing to watch, or a sell under rejection under for bearish. So first and foremost, we get the break and hold over. I don't mean like a 2-minute candle. I mean like at least a 15, especially if it's early in the day. If you start seeing failed breakdowns under, get long here, man, and look for this level here as a final target. So again, how I like to trade, you see, if anyone follows my watch list, I don't
So are we getting short if it breaks below that on the 15?
yeah. So at least how I trade, man. I mean,
And do you have a bottom range?
Yeah, so 10 traders can give you 10 different answers, but I try and make my charting as easy as possible. So again, if we were just to focus on one line here, this squiggly line, when we're over it, what do we do? Buybacks are hard on the bottom side and they bounce it up. When we reclaim this, buybacks are hard, they push up. What happens when we sell through? We sell through hard, they try and retest it. What happens? We fail the breakout over. So it's literally just a one-line chart. If we open over it, your bias short term should be to get into calls. Because what are we doing? Where's our someone jump on the mic? Where is the heaviest volume during the day? Quick. Anybody? Where do we see the highest volume of the day?
Right at open.
And
That close.
yes, open and close. Perfect, whoever that was. So highest volume is here at the end of the day. Highest volume here is at, beginning of the day, end of the day. So what do we know if we take a breakout retest of this trade here? We are treating Friday's close. I'm saying the trading hours close stacked here. We're treating that as support. And what do we know if we hold this level here? A bunch of volume is stacked right here at Friday's close, also Friday's open. So when I pick levels, I don't just pick random levels just because. I'm treating this as, my mindset is, okay, we're holding this level here. We're holding Friday's close. So your first plan of attack, if you're bullish, boom, we start pushing up. Where do we look for? At least my trading style or teaching style is I look for little clusters of candle bodies. Where are they opening and closing at? This next area right here is my focus. So again, I know I'm going pretty detailed here on Apple, but just for education, I would send alert something around here, Sam, or anyone watching this, 232.18 for sure. Send alert, trim 1. I definitely want to grab this wick here because that wick means something, because this candle opened here, they pushed it up and they got a huge smackdown. They dipped down here sometime in this 30-minute candle, or excuse me, they opened here sometime during this 30-minute candle, it dipped down here, it pushed up to here, it got smacked down into here. So on the way up, do we want to watch that level? You betcha. So target 2, and boom, you trim like a good trader. Now you can look for this, you set an alert, and you damn well better be out at this top range here because we see this price action here. So hopefully it's not confusing anybody. But on the downside, same thing, just for puts. If we open first plan of attack, if we open below this, market opens, boom, you miss a little scalp into here, and now we start rejecting. We see topside wicks. What do? We go short because we're shorting, not just a random level, Friday's close. And we're targeting this whole area of Friday's price action on the same thing down. This 231, target 1, bottom side of these wicks, target 2, and then boom down here, target 3. At least that's how I trade, you guys. I'll never enter puts here or alert puts. Like, hey, I'm looking for 230 first target. That's just greedy trading because all this price action can bounce you and smoke you. This could be a 30% trade, but 1K says we gotta wait till 230, and I give up a 30% trade for you guys. That's horrible trading. So hopefully that helps you, Sam. Swing trading, I'm treating this, you didn't say swing trading, but swing trading kind of in the middle of the zone here. I don't really want to enter swings here because I have to see it as 230 hold if I'm in calls. If I'm in puts here, we push up. Well, now if you have swings with time, you got to see, does 233 reject? Because you don't want to take puts and hold and hold and hold, and then you wait halfway up here, then you cut, and then we reject, and we come back down the next day, break even. You're gonna be pissed about that. So hopefully that helps you. Nice, very nice chart here. I'm glad someone requested that.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yep, I'll come back to Tesla if we got time. I just want to make sure I get to everybody because I'm always long-winded. Nick, you're wanting Delta, right? Oh, let's see here.
Yeah.
Yep.
I really like it. If we open under what was it, like $60.20, something like that. I'm thinking kind of bearish for like a
Yeah.
weekly kind of thing, you know?
Weekly day trade.
Yeah.
Or wait, you're my swing trade, right? So we can trade a swing trade. Let's zoom out. Let's look at this 60 zone. See, we haven't been here in a while, so I want to see that price action. Yeah, look at
Yeah.
that right there, guys. So again, breakout retests on any time frame, how I like to trade. We get over this kind of range here. Let's see. Yeah, so the 60, Nick, the 60 to 60, 72, kind of this focus here. It's going to be red just for now, but if we're over it, we'll treat it as support. But let me see where this lands when I extend it. Oops. So definitely, I see. I think it's a good short because we're not just shorting a random top. If we start having trouble here on this thick line here, so this is October here. So we bounced it, they sold through, bounced it, and we sell through. It never recovered until now. And so what I look for if I'm shorting an uptrend, it's kind of specific. I want to start seeing kind of a rounding top. And so that's kind of a loose term, but what I like to see is if I see some higher lows here, and now my highs are starting to top out, and basically it's literally just my top is kind of getting rounded. So for me, Nick, I wouldn't be, it's hard because if you take a short here and we sell through it, like you literally cut the top, you pat yourself on the back. But then if we take a short here and you get, I mean, you're a good trader, you DM me a lot, you don't get blown out, but that move could come quick if they break that. So a safer entry is to kind of just watch this price action here this week. And maybe we start to do this Monday, Tuesday, and then maybe Wednesday if you're like, hey, we topped out here last week, we topped out 2 days here, then you can kind of get your short with some time and see if you can kind of get that rounded bottom. But once this 59.88 breaks, to me, short term, that's a break of structure. So higher highs are being set. We have tops here that keep making new highs, and then finally we're rounding that top. We break down underneath here. To me, that's a break of structure if we break this 59.88. So two things: you can take your short up here, but don't hold for a deep loss if they break this big resistance. As of now, is resistance, but any range trading in here, set an alert for this bottom side here, break down retest, get your puts, because then your top range here, assuming you get maybe some September contracts, brother. You're only holding for 72 cents upside for all these levels down here to the downside. So very nice trade, but it's got to show not necessarily weakness, but maybe just buyers exhaust at the top of the zone here.
I'll send you my chart. I sent you Coke as well, but I'll send you my chart on it for what I'm kind of looking for in DMs, and we can kind of talk about it later. But
yeah, for sure, man. Yeah.
appreciate that. I think you're muted. Hey, 1K, you're muted.
There we go. Did I just go on mute or wait?
You're good now. You're
All right,
muted.
you heard me
Yeah.
for Delta Airlines, all right? Oh my God.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
most of it. Yeah, we're good.
I don't know how I got
Appreciate you.
muted. That's weird. All right. All right. VDub, are you in this one or wanting to be in this? Let me get caught up on the chat here. I don't see a response yet, but let me know what you're in on this one because I don't have a whole lot for it. I want to get in, get some leaps. All right, cool. So first and foremost, I think I see a nice trend line right here. So I'm starting on the daily. Whenever it's a new name or I don't know how to chart something or I haven't charted something for a while, I always go to the daily, see where the heck we're at. Tricky here. So I can grab a trend line on 2 touches, or I can engulf that candle, which is kind of cheating, and grab something more like that. I'm just going to go with that for now. Want to get in leaps. All right, so let's get a game plan going for you here. First and foremost, got to get some charting lines for you here. So where are we bouncing? Where are we rejecting? I can go with that for sure. If we break this, where are we going? Let me zoom out. Yep, I love that. When you zoom out, it still makes sense when you look left. Love that, love that. All right, so we're holding 1862 on the daily. Your next large line is defense, and so again, we're going to chart some. There's obviously some levels in between here, but this user mentioned leaps, so we leave. We're not reckless, but we just have stops a little bit wider. So you're not going to enter a leap and have a 10% stop on. That's just kind of foolish. So first and foremost, focus on this trend line. We're holding 1862. So this thick line here, that would be my first line of defense, is get your dip buy, maybe even tomorrow if we sell into that tomorrow. First and foremost, that's what I'll be looking for to start a position. As I zoom in on a smaller time frame here, some things to look for. I know you mentioned leaps, but just some things we cannot ignore. So clear and obvious all day long, 1862 kind of quick charting, but I like how that those candles are respecting that there. So if you get that sell down in there, that should be your first plan of attack. And then the 1650 to 1649, as far as stock price goes, you're taking about a 12, let's just call it 12% hit. So if you buy in here and the stock price coming down, options contracts, you're moving basically $2 more out of the money. Percent wise on a leap, I don't know how much that's going to hurt you, but what I'm getting at here is basically I would set an alert here on this 1650 and watch price action if we get down to there. If we break that again, we went to the daily, we've seen what happens. We break that 1650, it gets pretty ugly. Sell for multiple years, and we just got back here. So that would be my plan. I don't trade leaps a whole lot, but how I see the chart, get your entry somewhere in here and your stop is somewhere here. So meaning you can sit through this. Again, I don't know what percent that is on a leap. It shouldn't be too bad for you. But again, if we break this, you got to decide, hey, I have a lot of time on this contract. It's a leap, but I just broke a big support. I just broke a big support. Maybe it's not right. Or as I tell people to do, you're in leaps. We break support here, brother, or maybe sister. If we break this, day trade puts, and then watch this reaction here. So maybe your leap cost, let's just say $200 and you're down, $25. Day trade some puts down here, weeklies or whatever, and offset that. And then we come down here and bounce that. Your leap is red, but mentally, hey, I made $50 here, I made $25 here, I made another $10 here, so I'm up, what is that, $85 or whatever. So now put that money or mentally put that money towards this and go, okay, I'm better than leap, but I made money on the downside for this trade overall. You're probably green on it. So just don't be afraid to hedge it to the downside. But decent chart here. I know I kind of went over it quick, but definitely see if you just literally set an alert here for that 1860-ish, because we've seen that reaction there when we get to that for sure. All right. Just trying to get caught up with the chat. Want to make sure I don't miss anybody. Yep, let me get Tesla down, or Tesla's already in there. Yep, all right. NVIDIA, who was that? Avenger, are you still in here? Yeah, NVIDIA, let's take a look.
Could I change the name by any chance, 1K?
Do it.
Could you take a look at Fubo?
FUB.
FUBO.
Oh, I haven't tried that one in a while. Yeah, I want to see what's this thing doing. It had some was it Fubo? Had some big call flow the other week. I think it was like a 5.
I started looking at it on the weekly and then I moved to the daily and it looks pretty nice for some sort of long.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we know obviously right here, brother, as of now, we know where our support is and probably a nice trend line. Let's see. Actually, if I grab this here, this probably lines up better. Yep.
That's what I have.
Yep. Support plus a trend line. That's double support. Yeah, this 364. Let's make it thick. Let's zoom out to a weekly, or maybe we can just scroll on the daily. Let's see if that level matters. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. So I'd say that's the line defenseman. How much time are you thinking on this?
I honestly don't know. I'm coming to you with that. This was
Yeah.
just,
It's a cheap name. So first and foremost, for anyone listening, if you want to look at swings, I think it's usually, someone correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's the third week of every month. Assuming we have like a four Friday month is like the OPEX contract. So first and foremost, Avenger, if you want to get September, start looking at the third week of September. I think it's the 19th. Those are
yeah.
going to have the most open interest. And then you just roll to October, November, December, however much time you want to get. So if it's a name, for anyone, it's a name you guys don't know, that third week of the month is usually the best liquidity. So if you're looking for a swingman, quick drink of water, sorry. Those Septembers are probably freaking just dirt cheap. At the money, in the money, $4 calls, you know, you're 40 cents away and you can buy time. So as a trade, we can see where the bounces are holding and when they hold. What I would do, again, depending on how much time you have.
What would you recommend for time?
For a swing, I don't swing unless I have, well, sometimes I'm reckless, but my alerts, if I swing something, I only swing if I've already trimmed for you guys, or I only swing if I have 3 weeks more time. And so I would just look for, can I pull it up here? Let's see, options. Or wait, no, we got to go to trade. Oops, FUBO, right? Yeah. So we can just look at probably September 19th. Yeah, good open interest. Like open interest, you guys, it means there's 8,000 contracts are open. It's not 8,000 different people. It could be, but it's very, very rare. There's 8,000, you know, out there in the world, there's 8,000 contracts open. So that means you can get out in and out easy. Dude, you can get a $4 call with how many days of time is that? Where's that on Thinkorswim? I'm just not very good on it, even though I chart it. But you can get a $4 call, brother, for $22, $22, 0.22. You want to roll that, go to October. Not good open interest, not as good. Just, it means, you know, there's literally just no open interest. There's no interest on it. I do September or November. I mean, you get a November $4 call for 48 bucks. Cheap, cheap, cheap. I would use, what I would do here, if you, let's just say we enter tomorrow at 3.64. It's only 15 cents down, but we got to have an alert here, kind of on this 3.350 zone here, and just see the reaction there. Because when we break that 350, that red zone here, we kind of get a little bit selly for a little bit more to the downside. So you're only risking, you know, 15-cent downside, but again, percent on the contract chart, that's the mental game. So I don't know what, you know, we need River in here for his quick Greeks, but you catch a 15-cent move on the chart, so 365 to 350 basically, you know, just got to figure out what percent that is. But basically, if this fails tomorrow or this week, watch the trend line and watch the bottom here where all these buybacks on the bottom side, buybacks bottom side, and bottom side. Because when this fails, top side resistance, it's probably going to sell more. So yeah, if you can get an entry tomorrow, man, right at that 364. I mean, what do I say? November contracts for less than 50 bucks. Because then I'm rambling a lot tonight. Sorry, guys. What do we have here? 2 moving averages stacked right here. So we curl this level, guys. Short-term trend line, just a couple days, whatever you want to call it. So we curl this level, meaning we bounce, and boom, higher lows are now getting set. I know I'm drawing through after hours, but just for education, our moving averages, these dash lines, are now going to go under it, and now they're a form of support. So basically, every time we touch these moving averages, they're going to be support on the way up. So the 9, the 20 are stacked right here. This is awesome, great chart, Avenger. Keep that in mind there. So if you get into some long swings, you're just not getting that breakout. Be patient with this one, because you have overhead moving averages, but you got support underneath you. You're buying time for safety, getting that breakout. But once we break basically over 371, it's on. It's probably going to be a hard, fast move. We can see, look at breakout 371, big move. Sellers are trapped. They're chasing the highs, trying to mark it out, and it keeps moving the price higher. So see if you can get that breakout there, man. Nice chart though. Let's chat this week. See if we can get in. I might take this trade with you for sure, man.
Got it. Thank you.
Yep. All
I
right.
figured someone else was gonna ask him video also.
It's all good, man. All right. Alex, IWM, and Crash, if you're still here, you're next. IWM, what's it doing? Did it make a nice move last week? It looks like it did. Love to see that. You never, I mean, not never, but as an investor, you want to see overall markets participating in big moves. IWM, nice breakout last week as well. You don't want to see this kind of stalling out. It's all just big tech. So, man, it's a nice chart. Who's this? Alex? Are you still? Yeah. Are you in this one, Alex? Day trade or want to get in? Because this is a beautiful chart, guys.
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting into it.
Cool. So let me get this going real quick, and I'll kind of show you guys what I'm seeing. I don't know how far back I got to go on this. Let's just go back a year. Let's see if this makes sense. So I want to see this 227. Let's check the daily, see where we're at. Oh yeah, nice. So what I'm seeing here. So we're looking at old price action. This is July of last year. So this would be red, resistance, resistance. What do? We break out. It is now support, big bounce. And we sell through it. And a lot of trouble getting back over. A little bit of a daily candle break closes over, but really only a $2 continuation to the upside. On the daily, that is a breakout, but it's not really a breakout continuation. And what did it do? It kind of just consolidated, and boom, this was probably all the tariff shit here from February. Yep. So hard sell down through. You guys know where I'm going with this. Working its way up. Resistance here, resistance, and now we have a 3-day close barely over on the daily candles here. So very, very nice setup here, you guys. What a kick-ass request, man. This is a nice chart. So breakout retest. I always say, don't believe me. Resistance is now support. I know it sold through it, but what did it do? It big buy back up, sold through it, buy back up. I guess I could just draw them like this. So first and foremost, buy the dip. Anyone looking at this, if we hold this basically 226.10 to 227.28, it can be rounded up to a couple pennies, but basically when I see dips into support and big buybacks up, I'm on a 1-hour chart here. These are 1-hour candles, 1 hour of information. This is very good as a buyer. So a little bit of a mini trend line here, something to watch this week. Alex, so first and foremost, if we kind of trickle in here, we come into here, you want to see 15-minute, 30-minute candles. I know this, just pretend that this line here is this candle here. If you see your entry right here, like that's that, and you see bottom side wicks like that, that means, again, big buyers are stepping in here. You see a big candle on the bottom side. Do not short this here because they're probably going to bounce this level here. Like this is the most obvious entry probably that we have so far tonight of where to take calls on a big bounce. Again, breakouts, they're not, we're getting the push, but we're not getting a big continuation breakout over this 230. But as day traders or even swing traders, this is where you want to position, because if we break this structure from last week, what I always tell you guys, make it easy on your charting. Don't hold for deep losses. Don't take a trade here on, something 3 weeks out, and we break Thursday, Friday lows, and you hold, you don't cut, you hold, you don't cut, you hold your calls. And now somewhere down here, like, well, shit, I'm down 60%. Now I'm going to cut. Now we're coming to the next support. So what you do is you take your calls here and we break this level here, just get out of it. Just say, this trade is not ready to be bullish. Get your puts, take your puts down in here, because a breakdown retest of this level here is going to pay very, very nice. In between here, is a day trade / scalper zone only. If we're kind of trading and closing in this zone, I am not taking a swing trade because any gap under this and a big move down is going to hurt you on calls. Or if you grab puts here blindly, a gap over, a gap and go is going to hurt you on puts. Is that going to help you out? It's kind of what you're maybe looking for on this, but super, super nice chart here, man. Very, very nice chart.
Yeah, no, it does, man. Thank you. Like,
Yeah. So
definitely-
at least for a
definitely
day trade perspective, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Just go to like some 30-minute candles. I'm not sure how good you are at charting, but basically just these swing high lows, and then I'll kind of let you talk if you want to, but grab your entry here, swing high, boom, target 1. We push up over. So where's your stop? Your stop is now target 1. We push up. We just start looking left to go and grab some levels from earlier in the week, but you're buying the bottom of this range here and you're pushing into it. And if we get the breakout, you just sell the top range, and that's textbook range trading for this. Do you have any questions on that one?
No, man, that's great. Definitely put all those numbers on my charts now.
Yeah, definitely. Or take a screenshot if you want, man. But this is super, super nice trade, you guys, because we have 2 double bottom bounces that, like, that's what you want to see for confirmation. We talk trend lines. This is a double bottom support bounce. That's what you want. That's what you want in the trade. All right. I think Microsoft was crash. Damn it. I almost always skip. I don't know why. No, not on purpose, brother. CRWV core wave. Ooh. Oh, roommates are doing some home improvement. Nice. I see this first and foremost, brother. Are you looking at this as well? What was your comment on this? Hate the name. Sub looks decent for our nighttime chart. Looking for puts. Yep. Only, brother, if we sell through this. If we break this though, the move is probably gonna be fast. You're a good trader though. You don't hold for deep losses, I don't hope. But this level right here, brother, 101.27 to basically 103.5. Again, similar to what we're just on IWM. We dip into it. We see the buybacks. But it ultimately sold through on Thursday. And what do we do? Now I'm going to zoom in here to show what I'm seeing here. So support is now resistance, and that's why it's red. As of now, they're kind of making it tricky. So clear as day, obvious trade for me, or at least how I trade. Break and retest. I know you mentioned bearish. That's fine. Break and retest to 103.5. I do not like it for puts at all. In between here, at least how I trade, is kind of be patient zone, no man's land. If you want to be risky, you can short this. So if we kind of open in here and we kind of fail this breakout, you can risky, but you know your stop is tight. Take your puts there, or a breakdown. Ideally, a breakdown in here, brother, because we break down here, we see the after hours action, pre-market action. When markets are open, we fail breakout over, big continuation down. Your stop loss is easy. Your stop loss is simple. You're risking something like this. So a breakdown, retest, get your puts, and your reward is all this juicy downside down here. So small risk, big reward. Don't get into trades, you guys. Hold for 80% losses, and your winners, you're taking 10 or 15%. You're never going to get ahead. So does that help you, brother? Let me see in the chat here. Yep. Definitely nice range here, man. Great request, you guys, so far tonight. Super, super impressed with what you guys are eyeing. So it means it's working what we're doing for you guys. Always be winning, Microsoft. You ready? I think let's see. No, I think I'm caught up. All right. Microsoft. Always be winning. Do you want to win? Unmute your mic if you want to chat. If you're too shy, that's okay. This thing's been on a run. Let's see where the heck we're at here. So we're setting big picture here. We're setting lower highs. I always have to think I set lower highs. So our highs are lower, but our supports are holding. So I would probably just extend this out. Dang it, get out of drawing mode here. Yeah, we can extend. Let's just grab that wick. So we kind of know our top range here. So our highs are getting lower. Attempted breakout, failed, lower, 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 lower. So first and foremost, you probably guys know where I'm going with this. Where are they buying it back? Somewhere down into here, this 518. Earnings, after hours, close. What do we know about close? There's probably a buttload of volume stacked here. So we kind of just mentally take note of that. If we come into here, guys, let me go smaller time frame. Some things to look at. Moving averages, one underneath us, one overhead, and some clear resistance overhead too. So shorter time frame outlook. We can see our tops here just from last week as we sold through this level here. But I would look to be buying the dip somewhere down into here. For me, a nice 518 round number, I'd be setting alert somewhere in here. Definitely. I probably wouldn't, just how I like to trade, I wouldn't take puts at the open. So if we kind of, I know we're kind of up right now, but let's just say we trickle in here just for buying the dip purposes. If we start trickling here pre-market, I'm probably not going to take this put entry here because I know support is so close. I'll let a little bit of sellers take their turn, and then boom, I want to watch this reaction first and foremost. Does this 518 hold? Why is that important? Again, we zoom out. We've seen those bounces kind of bottom range here. I know we're kind of bouncing this 519, 520 as well, but first and foremost, I want to see, does this hold this week? We have our daily 20 moving average, this green dash line, and then the 9 is overhead. So not my favorite chart. I could probably get, we could definitely probably play this here. Let's see. One could argue we could grab an entry here if we open over that tomorrow. It's not the worst chart, I guess, just a little bit choppy, a little bit of wicks on both sides, but we see when we bounce this kind of this basically 521. And I like to play the most recent price action too, just because it shows me, where the interest is, and continued buybacks, sold through, but bought it back over after hours. So I kind of stand correct. This 520.86, any bounces into there, grab your calls. If we sell through that, we're selling through short term on the day. Buyers are giving up where they bought it back, where they bought it back, they bought it back, they bought it back, and even over here, bought it back and bought it back again. So again, they sell through that. That's kind of my green light with caution on puts, but just know Friday's close is not too far away. But if you catch this bounce 520.6, daily 9 is not too far overhead. So don't get your calls here, and you're not looking for 529 targets on a day trade. Trim on the way up. All this price action here. It'd be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So decent chart, just kind of tricky. You can be in calls. We can make this move up, but we can also see some wicks kick in here on when we push up to them. They can smack us back as well. So it makes it a little bit tricky. All right. Joshua's looking at CRCL. Let's take a look. I see requests, guys. I'm trying to get to them as quick as I can. Just do them in order. CRCL. Yep. Looking at puts. All right. Let's see if we can figure out your put entry. Yep. We possibly trade the same way. Definite breakdown of support here, which is now resistance on the way up. Let's see here. So I think what I'm going to do, just looking left and right here as I hover over it. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do here. So, Josh, it's all right, man. We're already on it. We'll just do it. No big deal, man. So yeah, breakdown, retest, brother. Definitely what we want to see here. Basically 152 flat. So again, support all day long. Support breaks. What do? We come back in. Resistance. So clear as day, man. And it's a very, very nice setup because, again, we're shorting. This is a nice theme for the night. Hopefully it's sticking. If we short this, what are we shorting? We're shorting Friday's high. So we trickle in here. If they fail this, that's your easy. Yeah, this is a little bit of an uptrend right here, but that's a spot you get puts, guys. We're not just taking puts because, oh, it's up too much. We're shorting Friday's high of day. And if we sell through this cluster here, man, I know it's a $2 range, but if we sell through this cluster here, an even safer entry is a breakdown under this afternoon consolidation because a bunch of volume stacked here, and we break under Friday's close, a lot of volume stacked there. That's probably going to trigger a sell. But again, if we take our puts here, we start pushing up to here, man, decide your risk level. Don't be holding you break over here, because we know we get over that level, big moves happen. But decent chart, man. Very, very nice chart. It's clear as day. If you want to short something, you short that Friday top for sure. All right. All right, United Health, here we go. Not that I don't want to, but it's a thing that's hot. And sometimes when it's hot and you're not already in, sometimes you don't want to be in. Cyan, I'm probably saying your name incorrectly. I'm sorry if I am. Are you in this or wanting to chase the hype? Are you in shares, or what's the story? Let me know. You can let me know in the chat, or you can open your mic if you'd like. Look at that, guys. I know we charted this. Crash, were we trying to buy the dip down here? I don't remember, a couple months ago. Anyway, somebody was. But gap up, and it held support. Again, it's no accident. We're trading against computers, hopefully not against, we're trading with computers. So was resistance, is now support. If you're not in it already, this is your entry. I'm going to leave it bright green just so it's annoying. It can be obvious. Yeah, I don't know Buffett's average. We'll have to check his filing if it is out. I'm sure if someone can look, we can see. I posted something in Pro Trade Floor. I wonder if his holdings are on there. But basically, guys, United Health. What do we know about round numbers? 100, 200, 300. What do we have here? Just for class, let's round up to 300. I'm kind of cheating. I'm moving a number here, but buy your dip off the round psychological number. So again, most recent price action is most important to me. What do? We get back over support, support, support held, kill candle, resistance on the way down. We're back up over that now. So it's tricky. If you're doing short dated stuff, this is a nasty gap down here, $40. But if it holds, you don't want to be short. This is where you can nibble in on some shares again, because you see all this support in here bounces, we're getting a $20 continuation move. That's nice. Bounces, and now same thing. So now that we're over it, the game plan is the same. You look left and go, okay, we're over this level. I want to be bullish over this level for long-term swings and day trades. You only really want to be shorting when we break something a big level like this. So really, I don't want to be short on this for a swing until I crack this, like basically 296 zone. Oh, Buffett's, so he's in the red still. So yeah, so this is a little bit of a crowded trade, you guys. It's only popular because Warren Buffett bought it, which is not a bad thing. He's probably the best long-term shares trader ever. He's good at what he does. He finds value in companies, and he found value in this. Maybe he thinks the bad news and the hard sell downs day after day, week after week was unwarranted. But first and foremost, guys, buy all dips this week off 300. It can't get any easier on a round psychological number. If you want to be a swing trader, get in shares. This is where you nibble, and then basically you just look left on the way up and just trim on the way up, for sure. Has a lowest PE. Oh man, yeah. So yeah, Buffett, he likes to find diamonds in the rough. And he's good at it. He's not going to sell this in a week or a month. He's going to, the man's old. I'm not going to say he's going to die soon. Knock on wood, don't want to jinx it, but he's 94. So I'm not going to say he's going to hold for 20 years. He might not be around, but his fund, his company, they're good. They're not going to flip this in a month, even if they're up 20%. I can guarantee that. All right. Knight. Yep. AMD. I've seen you request a couple times. It was next up. So let's do it. Let's see. Knight, are you in this one or looking to be? Feel free to unmute if you're, let's see, yes, let's see you in here. Let me know what kind of a trade you're looking here, because we got intermediate lower highs being set, but we're coming into a little bit of a support zone here. I don't have a ton of levels. I only really trade this or chart it when you guys request it. I'm definitely seeing, yeah, I'm seeing some bounce zones in here. Yep, you're in a call. What level on the chart did you enter? You don't have to say how heavy you're in or how many contracts, just like, did you enter at 178 on the chart, or what day? That can kind of help me. And let me know if you're red or you just entered. You entered at 178. Okay, let's see. Enter last Friday. Cool. So yeah, if you enter down here, you're chilling. So yeah, nice dip buy for sure. Very, very nice setup here for anyone that's looking at this. I don't want that. I want this. So this, how I would trade night. So we got Friday's low, but then I'm going to extend out just a little bit for a little more risk. I don't know when your contracts are expiring, but this makes it tricky here on your risk tolerance. So so we're seeing this bounce here over and over and over, or excuse me, when it does bounce, the nice moves we get, we close over it, nice continuation we get. When we sell through that, you can see that reaction there. And I grabbed this wick here from August 7th, because we didn't quite get there on Friday, so that makes it kind of tricky. So first and foremost, you did good. You bought the dip where you should, or I think you should some time here on Friday. So this is and should be treated as support down into here. First and foremost, anyone that's not in, and we're just doing, I guess we're doing home improvement while I'm doing lectures. Thanks, guys. Hopefully you guys can't hear that. Got Bob Vila in the house right now. Any dips into here? Start creating double and triple bottoms on the daily. Keep buying the dips. I'm not sure how much. Let me know how much time do you have on this one? Is it like something expires in 5 days, or because first and foremost, if anybody that's entering here, you got to hold for Friday's low expiring 5 days. All right. So hopefully, first and foremost, we open over. I know I'm kind of going on a tangent. First plan of action for you. Let me figure out the stop first. Then I'll kind of show you what I would do here. So sorry, guys, I'm rambling. Anyone that's buying the dip here, you got to hold for Friday's low. So don't just enter here. You see 12% red, you freak out because you're in heavy like a dummy, and you cut at Friday's low. You want to see first and foremost those Friday's low hold, and then this red zone here. What I'm treating, because we see those buybacks, we're into it, we sell through that, we see the hard sell down. So basically probably 176 flat is my cut for any short-term bullish positions, because we've just broken this recent support here. So but night, you're in this, hopefully we get this open here. So again, this will be a really great chart or charting lesson for you. Break and hold of this afternoon consolidation zone here, top. So first and foremost, you want to see that hold. If we sell through that, you can say, okay, do I want to take an average here if I'm in the red, or just want to let it sit and see what happens here? But first and foremost, we get that hold there, you start looking left. Definitely trim here, probably this one, not quite 180, but this top side wick there, man. If you, like, I'll tell anybody this, I don't care if you're up 3% or 300%, the chart says we could very well reject there. You don't want to be holding nice gains here. You look left, you see this wick here, this reaction from Friday, we come back down, and now hypothetically you're back at break even. You gave up a 30% trade. We look left even more. It's this cluster here. Wicks on the bottom. So when we're over it, these are wicks on the bottom. On the upside, we push up. That's going to trigger some sells of the bottom side probably. Every time we touch these wicks, it's going to trigger some sells on the bottom side. So if we push into this, probably just get a line for you here to make it easy. Anywhere in that 179 to 179.3, definitely start trimming, brother. So this could be, let's just call this an entry. Target 1, push up to 2 to this zone 2 here. And now target 1 is your stop. We push into target 2, we push over. Now target 2 is your stop. So yeah, nice setup, man. Hopefully that pays you. Very, very nice. But we got to break over that 179 level for sure. Nice setup. All right. I think I'm finally getting caught up. I'm going a little bit long. That's all right. Let's see. Shoot, we're done. All the requests are in here. All right, guys, if you got to jet out, you can. 24 of you made it in here. I appreciate it. I'm gonna do a quick recap, but don't expect you to stick around. Thank you for all the great requests tonight, you guys. Like some serious, I'm not just saying some kick-ass charts. AMD, IWM, CoreWave, Delta Airlines. I'm gonna look at Tesla too. Let's peek Tesla and then we'll wrap up. Let's just see what Tesla's doing. It's eyeing that 230 or 330. Yep. Damn it, it tagged that damn thing. I need to check there. Big money was hitting puts right here, so they kind of caught the bottom. So I guess not a pat on the back, they caught the bottom, but I know they're eyeing that 330 level. Big ass over there. If you're a Tesla trader, you got to have 329 in your chart for sure. Yeah, it's kind of that range there. I just love that. See that cluster here, that Thursday low, we sail down through it, we test it. People want to get long here late and they get smoked. Breakdown retest. I just love trading like that. So yeah, Tesla, nice setup. I know we kind of grazed over this one, but so you see those buybacks there, kill candle there. It is now support as of now. If they bounce that, get long there. 331.44. Get long, but again, you're not looking for stuff up here. You're looking for Friday, Thursday price action here. Very nice chart. If they open under it or sell through that and reject that, super dummy easy chart. We know we reject 33144. Take your puts, go get that 329. 329 hits. I know it looks ugly sometimes, but that is a huge support, lots of volume there. They buy that back almost every time. If that sells, whew, we got a 9, we got the 200, we got the 20 moving average stacked. Like this is someone's DMing me, where do I buy Tesla, where do I scale in? This is it. 330, 2 moving averages or 3 moving averages just clustered here, stacked. Like actually TSLL. I might get into some shares and swings on that if this holds this week, because yeah, 3 moving averages just stacked there. That does not happen a lot, and when they bounce it, we need to take opportunity. When they break over, we need to take opportunity on that. Yeah, I'm just staring at this chart. Yeah, 330, guys. 329 to 330. I'm definitely not short there with a huge support and 3 moving averages. I don't know how many times I gotta say it. All right, set some alerts on this damn thing. Don't want to forget about this. But if they break that, yeah, it could get ugly. All right, QQQ and then SPY. Like I said, if you guys gotta get out of here, you can. I appreciate it. Plan of action for me. This 5 straw red, so you guys can visualize it. Because as of now, we're under it, so I'm not bullish into it. I need a breakout over for bullish continuation, this red zone here. So if we open, shit, it's getting late, making mistakes. If we open pre-market, we push into it, I see failed breakouts, I'm short on Qs for the day until we break over. If this is early in the day price action I'm talking. So a hard breakout over and retest, I'm long on the day because we reclaimed this zone here. When we reclaim it, what do? We get a push upward. We get a push upward. If we sell under it, big sells. So that's my focus early tomorrow. Pay attention to the tab. If you do like my trading style, I want to see that reaction right there. If we open at it and we're failing breakouts over, again, let's get that gap fill. Target 1, rest the gap fill. Target 2, downside 577, target 3. SPY, S&P 500, similar chart, likely 64485 to basically 645, kind of round number. Again, same thing. Any weak pushes, I'm not starting a call position here when I see that reaction like that. when I see failed breakouts, continuation, failed breakouts, continuation down, failed breakouts. That's the level. You guys, swing traders, sometimes we complain about ranges. This is a blessing. This is nice because it's obvious where our tops, it's obvious where our bottoms are. Where you just look at a longer time frame chart, where are they buying it? It's pretty obvious where they're buying it. Where are they selling it? It's obvious where they're selling it. So that is my focus this week. First and foremost, break out over, get long, stay long. But again, don't be greedy here. Look at this price action. There's wicks that can stop you out on those short-term scalps. But any sell down, looking for this this week. Maybe not this in one day. Maybe it gets it there. Markets move fast. But yeah, Nick, TSLL, it's the secret sauce because you can buy. We'll look at it. Why not? If you guys got to leave, you can. No big deal. So what you do is what I'm getting at with Tesla. I tell you guys this every earnings season. You trade the Tesla chart. So 1K says buy the dip at 329. Tesla shares and contracts are too expensive. So what do? You buy the dip at 329. You set an alert on the way up, and you trim, and you trim. When these trigger on Tesla, you are a smart trader and you bought TSLL with time. You can get September contracts, next month contracts, next month, an entire 30 days from now, at the money contract for $1, $100, $1.02, $100. So again, when Tesla hits these levels, Tesla trade. So look at this chart here. We dipped down, we rejected, we bounced here. We look at TSLL, it's the exact same thing. We dipped down, we sold off, we bounced the daily 9. Same thing, you guys. So again, buy time. You guys don't want to buy these like $700 Tesla leaps or 700 strikes or whatever it is. It's like, follow the analysis and analysts that take it, but take October, 2 months of time, $1.50. December, $263, $263. How much is Tesla December at the money? $4,000. Come on. You can trade the Tesla chart and just buy a cheaper contract. Not every stock has this. So this is nice. Everybody likes to trade tech and Tesla. Like Microsoft, I don't think has this. Apple doesn't have this. Apple's not too expensive, but stuff that's like Netflix doesn't have a leveraged stock that I know of. So this is nice, you guys. Trade and buy this on Tesla. You can buy shares on Tesla, TSLL. Again, it's super, super nice. All right, guys, I'm rambling. We're going over. Appreciate y'all sticking around. Super, super good request, you guys. Like I said, I'm loving that IWM, that Apple early on. For sure, some really nice charting, you guys. But DMs are always open. Send me a chart. Say I'm looking at this. What do you think? And I'll give you some feedback on it. But great night, you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good week.